So what I'm trying to emphasize here, that if third and 10th complement each other, okay, after checking the bhav and after checking the karka, if third and 10th complement each other, so it is basically can give you a business yoga, and we will see in upcoming charts or upcoming slides. So I believe that in Kishadai houses, third house is important for the business yoga, and for in Upache houses category, 10th houses is also very important. And if I'm going fast and changing the slides, you can stop me. I'll stop there and then try and explain. So when we talk about the role or importance of Trishadai or Upache houses, some of the combination are there where Lagna Lord is in third house, or third house Lord is in Lagna. So it's a first combination. Second combination is third Lord is in 10th house, or 10th Lord is in third house. It's a vice versa again. Or third house Lord is in third house itself, or 9th house Lord in third house, and 7th Lord in third house. So basically, these are some important combination which I have noticed in some of my real case studies, that if somehow these houses make connection in that way, it makes a prominent business yoga combination. So this is, I think, simple one, not that difficult. Okay, so let's talk about the 12th house also. Okay, so basically when you check the business yoga, so some of the combination I've told you, you must be wondering, must be surprised that how come 12th house coming into picture. But that's what I've noticed, that 12th house is basically coming prominently more in those kundli where people are in some kind of a business. It doesn't matter whether it's small scale or a big scale, or how small the business is. Business is business. So there are certain combinations which I'm going to tell you. So you can check either through the main Lagna, or you can also check through Chandra Lagan Kundli also, because Chandra Lagan Kundli, you cannot ignore it, because Chandra Lagan Kundli basically confirm the yoga, whatever is in the ascendant. So Chandra Lagan Kundli will not talk anything different. It will give the combination, yes, whatever you have noticed in the ascendant main Lagna chart, it may repeat. So if the repetition is there, it means it's a good combination. But if you see the 50-50 combination, of course, it's a 50-50. Or if you don't see the repetition, so it means it may not be that effective. But there are other techniques to check, which I will also tell you further, to how to check, validate more. So 12th house is a house of losses. Everyone knows, So I mean, we need to think about it. How come the house of losses, connected with, I have marked it in that way, connected with Lagna, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 7th, 9th, and 10th. So going into the Sthana houses, can it give a business? Yes, it can give a business. It does not mean that only Kendra or Trikona houses relationship combination, or Kendra Trikona houses Lord, when only conjunct together, they give business. So why I'm telling you this, again, I've applied the theory of Deshkal Patra. Deshkal Patra, I'm talking about the Samkaleen, the contemporary world, the Kali Yuga I'm talking about. So we cannot forget about the importance of 12th house. When we talk about earlier, 100 years back, where people have a different kind of, working mechanism, tools. So even in that time, also in the Shastra, when the Jyotisha was written, then rishis have mentioned that don't forget Deshkal Patra. You cannot take any line or a text just like any verbatim on its face value, and you continue to apply the same theory in all the yuga. So Satyuga theory does not apply into Treta Yuga, and Treta Yuga theory may not apply into Dwapar Yuga, and the Dwapar Yuga theory may not apply into Kali Yuga. All the yugas are different, correct? So if one single theory may not be applicable, I'm using the word may. So if certain Shastra was given, the Nadi Jyotish was written by Rishi Agastya in South, means Dakshin Bharat. Okay. And Rishi Bhrigu has written Bhrigu Sahita. So basically they have written keeping in that mind that particular, era, that particular time, but that may change now in present scenario. And how it will change, you have to think. You have to think that certain Karakatva of particular planet may change. Certain Karakatva of planet may change. Like if you take the signification of Rahu, earlier there was no internet, right? There was no internet, there was no mobile phone as such, there was no communication medium. But in Kali Yuga we have these communication devices, we have internet, and so on and so forth, whatnot. So it all relates with Rahu. So this is us who basically related internet or coming on to video call. So it's all because of Rahu, na? So we are trying to map using Deshkal Patra theory. Everything is works with the Deshkal Patra. So 12th house roles becomes important. If you take one example, everything is related with losses. Business cannot happen without losses. 90% of the time, it cannot happen without loss. You cannot always have a win situation. And why? Because I'm also telling you in this chart that the Lagna is also connected with 12th house. So loss of your body, health, think in that way also. Second means loss of money. Third house means loss of parakram. Okay. Fourth house means going away from your home to have your business. Either you go on a daily basis, or either you go on a quarterly basis, or a 6-month basis, or a yearly basis, or for a longer period of time. 7th house belongs to business, of course. For to sustenance of the 7th house, of the Karakatva of 7th house, you may go out. So again, it shows some kind of losses. Okay. Try and understand the losses could be of anything. You have to relate it. So 12th house becomes important. I've written certain combination where, whatever we have, that's what I've clearly written. 3rd house lord going into 12th. And like if these houses make a combination of 12th houses, 7th lord going into 12th, 10th lord is going into 12th, 4th lord going into 12th, or vice versa, or their lord coming into these houses, or 12th lord coming into 2nd, 12th lord coming into 3rd, 12th lord coming into 4th, 12th lord coming into 7th, or 9th, or 10th. So it's a vice versa. And same theory you will try to apply through Chandralagan also. It's a difficult exercise, it's a difficult thing, but again, if we get something as a ready reckoner, as a some rules available, it is always easy. Otherwise, it is difficult to understand how we will see the business yoga. So it is good that we have some rules lined up. We have to just see it. So it's a simple task. Check something with the ascendant and try to validate it through Chandralagan. If it is, speaking the same language, though if the different chart, but it will speak the same language. Okay. So now I'll tell you one more thing. Maybe right now I'm just thinking if I should tell you now, or maybe after 1 or 2 slides. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's cover this slide also. So same theory I'm applying into the D10 chart also. Same theory. Again, every house, you see the relationship with the 12th house in the D10 means Dashamansha chart. You have to see whether 2nd house or a 1st, 3rd, 4th is making any kind of a relationship with 12th house. So you have to see the same thing in the Dashamsha chart also. Just give me a second. Yeah. So basically, if you see somewhere, if you able to notice, someone has noticed it. There was something, was written in a very hidden way. Can someone make out what was that? Can someone make out in this slide, and this slide, and in the basically in this slide? Do you see anything which is unique? And coming, I'll give you one clue, but I would like to know from all of you. Have you noticed something which is coming prominently, and do you see that? You able to catch that something unique? Same thing, either through we check ascendant, moon, or D10. If you are able to see something is and the clue is there in the chart. I mean, in the slide.
The third house is very prominent in all the three.
Okay, good.
The
Any
third
other
house
thing?
and the third lord.
Yes. Very good. Any other?
Or might be the three position of the saying 9 to 10 to 12. Matlab three position, 12 to 2, three position. So in that case, the third house lord is more prominent. Or if I remember correctly, I just read the one Saptarishis old magazine, and I just realized there is a one line. It might be Michael Jackson chart or something like that. It's an old magazine of the Saptarishis, and I just heard that third house is a house of unlocking of the tent of the karma or something like that.
Okay.
Third house is more prominent here.
Okay. Accept it. What else? It's a difficult one, but I mean, I would say it's a eye catchy also. If you once again see, you will be able to catch it.
The seventh house is very important, like what I believe in all the three charts. Why? Because seventh house relates to relationship or partnership. So any business can't go without partnership with the consumer or like customer or the other stakeholders also in the business, like employees, if they are there, or like workers. Even if we take shops, like we call them as agents or people who work for us in the business.
Okay. So, let me tell you what is that basically. So, have you heard the term before, apocalypse houses? Have you ever heard this?
I think in Kerala astrology, I've heard this term, but I don't remember what it is.
Could you repeat it, please? I missed that out.
Basically, there are three categories: Kendra houses, Panfar houses, and apocalypse houses. So, apocalypse is a Sanskrit word, and apocalypse dominate four houses: 3rd, 6th, 9th, and 12th. 6th nowhere is mentioned, but in apocalypse houses, out of 4 houses, 3, 6, 9, and 12, you will see repeatedly I've written 3, 9th, and 12th. Somewhere, their role becomes very important. So when we will go ahead, see the further slides in the case studies, we will be able to see major combinations will come through apocalypse houses. And one of the irony of the Jyotish, or I would say the rules, so-called rule, 12th house is one of the houses of losses. How come this relates to business? This is I'm also wondering, when I was doing my research, I was also wondering why certain things are repeating in that way. And even 3rd house also, because it's a basically 3 Shaddai houses. So how come the 3rd and 12th making connection with 9th, or 9th and 12th making connection with 3rd? And how come 10th house is relating with 3rd and 12th? I mean, how come? Is it possible? Because anyway, they are not Kendra houses. These are not Trikona houses, so-called Lakshmi or Vishnu Sthan, right? Generally, what we see, if we read Laghu Parashari, okay, Laghu Parashari always talks about the importance of Kendra and Trikona houses, and they talk about Marak houses and the Yog Karak houses in every Lagna. So they, right, in every Lagna, they define in Taurus Lagna and Libra Lagna, they say always Shani is a Yog Karaka planet. And they say in Capricorn Lagna, Shani is always Yog Karaka, but I have done a lot of good research on this and I found that no, this does not hold true. Because why? Again, the theory of Deshkal Patra is important. Without Deshkal Patra, we cannot take every dictum just on its face value. So the whole point, maybe we somewhere, maybe we can have the one more session sometime later on Karak or Marka. But what I'm trying to tell you that, just I'm giving you food for thought. Understand 12th house, 3rd house, how come it's coming. So basically this is the research I've done. And I'll try to show you 10 horoscopes and the full blown, my article in the form of book is coming next month where more than 45 kundlis are there. So, but yes, again, you are more than welcome. You are more than free not to take everything just by, as a rule. Always apply your own sense of understanding things and Deshkal Patra. I'll say something in Hindi. मेरा एक ही चीज मैं मानता हूँ कि मैं सुनता सबकी हूँ बट मैं करता वो हूँ जो मुझे लगता है कि मेरे हिसाब से जो चीज काम कर रही है तो that basically keeps me in research field. So I would give you my suggestion that आप सबकी सुने बट करें वही जो आपको कुंडली में दिख रहा है. आप उसी को अपना रूल बनाएं और उसी को अपनी स्ट्रेंथ बनाएं. और क्योंकि डिफरेंट एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स हर बात कहेंगे, मैं भी कुछ कह रहा हूँ, बट इट डज नॉट मीन दैट यू टेक ऑल बाय रूल माय रूल्स एज अ बाय हार्ट. इट इज जस्ट अ हेल्पिंग हैंड टूल for all of us based on the research. But yes, majorly I have understood the importance of apocalypse houses. Otherwise, there is no book ever written on apocalypse houses. There is no single book. I've written it on the apocalypse houses, and let's see if I am able to produce something on Panfar houses on different topic. But what I'm trying to give the importance here, 3rd, 9th, and 12th. So let's see if we are able to see that rule predominantly coming. So D10 chart, you will check the same thing, what we see in the D1 chart or through the Chandra Lagna. Okay. See, basically Libra sign becomes important because this is a 7th sign in the Kalpurush Kundali, and which has a Libra sign. So basically Libra sign and 7th house, both of them becomes very important. Why I'm saying Libra sign? Because you cannot refuse this. It has a 7th house in the Kalpurush Kundali. So you cannot, undermine the importance of Libra sign, beat any Lagna. So you need to check the dignity of the Libra sign. And when I say dignity, of course, a benefic planet is good, but it does not mean Rahu, Ketu, Saturn will not give a business. No, it does not mean that. As I'm telling you again, Deshkal Patra. There is a possibility that, please don't take me wrong, I'm just telling you for the teaching purpose only, that when we say benefic planet is there, so the Jataka may try to have Lakshmi ji or his income through a benefit or a genuine means, but maybe Rahu through maybe a cheating also. But it understand, there is a possibility that if someone has a Rahu in the 7th house or in the Libra sign, it does not mean at all that he will do cheating. There is a possibility that someone might cheat him also. So take it, understand from the 360-degree angle. So Rahu in a Libra sign, it does not mean that he will cheat someone in the business. It is simply also meaning of, someone is also cheating him. There is a possibility. So Libra sign is important. 7th house in beat any Lagna becomes important in terms of aspect, in terms of what sort of a planet are sitting in the 7th house or the Libra sign. So this is just giving you food for thought. Again, there will be millions of combination to check the Libra sign or the 7th, but I'm giving you just food for thought. Don't basically forget this. And there is one more combination, which I am sure everyone already knows about this. This is not something new, everyone knows. I think most of the students already know that if maximum number of planets are sitting from 7th to 12th house, so 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th, it gives a business yoga. It doesn't matter what all planet, but maximum number of planets sit in this 7th, 8th, 9th, and 12th. So basically the first part of the Kundali is 1st to 2nd, and the second part of the Kundali is 7th to 12th. So if maximum number of planets are sitting in 7th to 12th houses, it gives a business yoga. And it is basically, I've also noticed this. So that is the reason why I've mentioned here. And the second rule is that if most of the planets are sitting through 10th, 11th, 12th, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, then it is also gives a business yoga. So that is also one of the shortcut snapshot trick to check the business yoga. Suppose if you want to check the chart of any upcoming budding entrepreneur who is starting his own startup, or maybe a small scale business, be it of any kind. Okay, wealth doesn't matter, money doesn't matter. I'm just talking about it could be any business. So suppose if he is around the age of 20 to 22, 25, and he comes to you and he wants to know whether he should pursue or make his career in business or in job. So of course, when you will see this combination, you will have some kind of a confidence that this person may go into business. But again, I told you some other rules which we have just discussed in the beginning of the slide. You will also take a note of that also, and I will also give you certain rules which will come after this slide. So checking everything, you can declare, okay, this person will go into business. And one more thing I've noticed, this is something new. This is, my discovery. I have noticed that in some of the business, the people who are in business, they have Rahu Ketu, in 410 axis, or Ketu Rahu in 410 axis. I have noticed this basically. So you can also try and see and check with your family members, colleagues, your friends. And if they are in business, if they have Rahu Ketu in 410 axis. So this basically rules apply in Lagna chart, in Chandra Lagna Kundli, and in D10. So you have to see this combination in all the Kundli. If the combination is not there in Lagna Kundli, try and check through Chandra Lagna Kundli. If you don't find it, these rules through Chandra Lagna ascendant, then you can check it into D10 chart. So you have to check in all the 3 Kundalis. I've also noticed
any particular logic in this thing, sir? Rahu Ketu?
No.
Just a thing. Okay.
No. Honestly, there's no logic. I mean, why would beat around the bush and say unnecessarily gyan and preaching? No, this is something my observation. This was coming repeatedly. So, but yes, it's a good question. Maybe all of those the charts which I have, where Rahu Ketu are predominantly in 410 axis, maybe we can derive some meaning out of it. We can decode some meaning out of it. So yes, it's a good question. But if I talk about right now, there is no clear cut, basically any meaning out of it. This is just a simple observation.
Okay.
So one more combination. I've
Prakash,
noticed.
this is Krishna, if I may. I mean,
Yeah, Krishna ji.
I think somebody had a question regarding the previous slide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm from South. Okay, in South, traditionally we say that having a malefic intent is the best for career. Okay. I mean, this is as per, our like Nadi system kind of thing. Like, okay, out of which they have given the highest importance for Rahu. Okay, so if somebody has Rahu in 10th house, right? I mean, for everybody's understanding, right? They could even become an Ambani. Okay, so that's what traditionally we say. I mean, I just want to correlate with your point. Okay. So maybe that's one thing. It's already given in the classics here.
One One thing also I would like to add, like Rahu doesn't like authority, so it is independent in nature. So that could be one observation. Just I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, I take it. I accept this. So yeah, it's a good observation. So if you continue to basically see, same thing or repetition. So basically, it, comes handy when you do any kind of a research work in astrology. So yes, we can say that okay, certain combination really works. So that's the reason why when I was reading or checking this combination, so this is not something I have uh, evolved coming with this idea. I have heard this rule or checked this rule earlier also from other people, so I've tried to validate. So yes, if some rules is coming from some astrologer or some text, we can try and check if this is making sense in particular regard. But yeah, good observation. So yeah,
can
please.
I say something?
Sure.
I think looking from your presentation, I feel that this is a Uptai method. Means if you take a Uptai housing, then 12th house is Uptai house of 7th house, and 7th house is a house of business, and 12th house is a supporting the 7th house, and 4th house is also supporting 7th house for the business, and 11th means 7th from 11th is 5th house. So like this is what you present. I think this is Uptai method is there, and in Uptai method, 7th house give a result when the dasa of 12th house or 4th house is running, then the 7th house result will be observed very nicely. That is what Uptai houses method is there. So something very much near to this. This is what I understood. I joined late, but whatever I seen is like this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely right, sir. Yes, absolutely right. Yep.
This is what I observed.
Sitting together in any of the house, or either exchanging their nakshatra in either D1 or D10 chart. You can see that combination. I have also checked this combination, and even sometime if they are sitting in trine also, I've seen people in in business. So you can also check Guru Mangal, means Jupiter and Mars conjunction. And I have also noticed one more thing, that Saturn is in own sign, either in Capricorn Rashi or Aquarius Rashi or Libra sign, where it is supposed to be exalted. So you can see this condition in Rashi chart or D10 chart. It's a simple one. It's not that difficult. I put the example here on a Kalpurush Kundli just to make it intuitive for everyone. And one of the most important thing is that, as sir rightly said about the Upachaya houses, and we were talking about the three Shadai houses. This is the one of the most important slide until now, whatever we have covered. If you see, I've nowhere mentioned 11th house. Even in complete slide, our presentation, I have not touched upon 11th house. I don't know why. The irony is that simply when I was doing the research, 11th house, I was not able to give that importance. So somehow I was able to see the importance to only these houses, and especially if the house bala of any of these houses, or if it is